There are a few steps that you can take to have your Tom Brown last longer than normal. Okay, your Tom Brown can last for a longer period of time if you consider doing these steps that I'm going to be mentioning to you. Okay, so if you are new, you are welcome to my channel, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my video. So today I'm going to show you, and I'm going to educate us on how to make Tom Brown that will last for a longer period of time. Okay, so as you guys know, I have a lot of Tom Brown recipes on my channel, and with a different or lots of ingredients that you can use to make your Tom Brown. So the first step I'm going to talk about is to select dried ingredients. Okay, of course some of you would tell me that of course you have to get dry ingredients, and that's what they always sell at the market. Yes, I agree with you, but sometimes if you are buying the grains, some of them are new products or new grains, so you have to make sure that you are buying the one that is well dried, and you are not buying one that is wet. Okay, so select your grains carefully and make sure you are buying those that are very well dried. If they are not dried, you have to come home and then dry them yourself. Okay, another step is during the processing. You know, some of the ingredients we wash them, especially the soya beans, the millet, and some other grains. You do have to wash them so well. So after washing and selecting the bad ones out, or even some ingredients like coconuts, you have to make sure that you are going to dry it like thoroughly. It must be dried. Okay, and also the dates and tiger nuts. So if you are buying tiger nut, for instance, you have to buy the one that is dry, and then when you come home, you make sure you dry them once again. Make sure that they are thoroughly dry. So that is the second point. Another thing that I'm going to talk about that will enhance that your Tom Brown will last for a longer period of time is when you are including granules. Okay, so usually granite is somehow contains a lot of oils, and when you put a lot of groundnuts in your Tom Brown, you might overwhelm your Tom Brown and it will not last for a longer time. So there are a lot of measurement, the correct measurement that you are going to use on your Tom Brown, in order for you not to have a spoiled Tom Brown like just in a month or two. So you need to regulate the amount of groundnut that you are going to be using in your Tom Brown. Okay, so that is another point. What I also want to talk about is during the processing. Okay, so as you know, you have to toast all your Tom Brown ingredients, all the grains, you have to toast it. Somebody asked me whether they have to toast the oats also, and also whether they must toast the dates. You know, some of the dates are wet, so if you are buying it and you dry it, you might as well need to toast it as well, so that you will be sure that you are going to have a very dry Tom Brown powder. Okay, so that is it for the process. During the processing, you need to toast all your ingredients very well for you to have a very good and dried Tom Brown powder, so that it will last for a longer period of time. Another thing that I want to talk about is the periods of waiting between the time you have toasted the Tom Brown and you going to the grinding mill. Okay, so you have to let your Tom Brown wait or rest for a period of less than an hour so that it can get cold. Okay, you have to let it rest for at least an hour. Sometimes I let it rest until the following day before I send it to the grinding mill. That enhances your Tom Brown, that makes it very dry if you let it rest after the toasting, so it makes it very dry for you to send to the grinding mill. Another point that I want to talk about is when you get to the grinding mill, you insist that they have to grind it to a fine powder. That is what I always say in my Tom Brown video. So the process of you grinding it will enhance the ability of your Tom Brown to last for a longer period of time. Okay, so usually at the grinding mill, if you are not using a blender, at the grinding mill they will grind some other grains or some wet stuffs. So you have to make sure that they have to grind other dry stuffs or grind dry grains before you add your Tom Brown to the grinding mill. If it is the wet one that has been grinded before your Tom Brown, it will affect your Tom Brown powder. The wet ingredients that they have grinded earlier can affect your Tom Brown and then make it somewhat damp. That will be wet. That will also wet your Tom Brown powder, hence not making it last for a longer period of time. So that is another point. And during packaging also, you need to package it in the tight fitting container, okay? If you want to store it for a longer period of time, it must be in the tight fitting container. So after grinding, it has to rest and also get cool fully, like it has to cool down completely before you package it in that tight fitting container. Or if it is plastic bag, so you have to package it in the plastic bag, or also package it in that Ziploc bags or those pouches that can close very well without air entering inside, so it can last for a longer period of time if you take these steps seriously. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.